So, my dear friends, welcome back to English lessons. Today we are planning to learn that is past perfect. Previously we have learned present perfect, and now this is past perfect. The usages of past perfect, structure and examples of past perfect. What is past perfect? You know. If you know the present perfect is the action which completed in the past and present we can use present perfect, that is okay. Here what is past perfect means, you know, the structure of present perfect means you can create the structure of past perfect. Present perfect structure is subject plus have has plus v3 plus object. Here we are learning last 2 days onwards, we have learned verb 3, third form of the verb is used. So use of the third form we are learning. We started with the use of the first form of the verb, that is basic form or infinitive form of the verb. Now we are learning, yesterday we learned that is second form of the verb and the third form of the verb. So today we follow the third form of the verb. This third form of the verb is also called as past participle. There is no doubt about it at all. Past participle is used as the main verb as well as sometimes adjectives. In some sentence, it is used as an adjectives. For example, just for your awareness purpose, I want to tell you, break, if you take break, broke, broken is the V1, V2, V3. Break, broke is V2 and broken is V3. This third form is he has broken the window. If I speak, here broken is a verb 3 and also the main verb. He has broken the window means that is third form of the verb. The action has already completed. The breaking of the window already finished. Okay, that is the meaning. But let us take if the broken window, if I speak, broken window. In my house, there is a broken window. Broken window. Window is a noun. Window is a noun form. Before the noun form, a word we used to qualify the noun form, that is broken. Broken qualifies. Broken modifies the noun window. So broken is called adjective. Adjective. That is called adjective. Before a noun form, what we use to modify or qualify that noun is called adjective. So we can find that V3 form, third form of the verb, can also be used as the adjective, okay, in certain cases. So this is an external point I want to tell you before we go to this tense form. That is, let us see what is the structure of this past perfect. Past perfect structure is subject. Subject after, generally we know that there is a helping verb. That is, in present perfect, have and has we used as a helping verb. But here, have has past tense, past form is had. Had is the past form of have and has. So had plus subject plus had plus third form of the verb. Third form of the verb. This is the third tense in English. First one is simple present, simple past, simple future. Okay, all simple, simple, simple. Next one is present continuous, past continuous, and the future continuous. It is also called as progressive tenses. The third one is present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect. Okay, so this is the third one. In the third tense form, we should use the verb form is also third form. This is the point you have. Easy you can remember. You can remember, it is very simple. So third tense form, third form of the verb is used. Thus you can keep it. Okay. Another thing, here V3 after there will be generally we use object form. Object is the last part of the sentence. Okay. Either there is an object or there is no object, also the sentence is correct. Okay, there is no problem about it. Now, subject plus had is the helping verb, had plus and V3 form of the verb and object. Object will be. Okay, this is the structure of the positive sentence. positive past perfect sentence. Okay, right? Then let us take an example. He, if we take he, I, you, they, we, he, she, it, any subject, any pronoun you can take as a subject, any noun can be taken as a subject. It's not a matter at all. Already you know, any subject you can take. We can, because all these days we have learned about a lot of subjects, a lot of noun form we use, a lot of pronouns. All these pronouns daily we are using. So from that you can understand it. We can use any subject, any subject. Here, the case is, in all other tense already I told you, according to the number of the subjects, we have to change the verb form, that is helping verb. Because in present perfect, have and has two other. Have is used for the plural number. Has is for the singular number. But here, have and has past tense is had. Only we have one. That is why there is no number at all. We need not bother about the number at all. Only one number, that is a singular and plural together, one number. That is. So he had, they had, she had, we had, I had, it had, Ram had, Prasad had, Ramani had, anything, any subject. My father had, brother had, whatever the subject you use, there will be had, because there is no other second one. If there is another form in our hands, we have to bother about it, we have to worry or confuse about it. But here is there is no second helping verb, only single helping verb, that is had. So this had is used with all the subjects. There is no confusion at all. I had read the book. I had read the book. This sentence, I had read the book. He had attended the class. She had danced. She had completed the work. It had done it. It had done. It had flown away, etc. So here, all the sentence says that completed action. Past perfect shows a completed action, a certain period in the past. Already the work not now at present at all. Work already finished long back, and it is in the past. It is in the past, already finished. The work completed in the past. So you should understand that the duration of the tense, the duration of the action has already finished sometime. Okay, sometime in the past. Such kind of an action which finished already in the past is expressed with the help of past perfect. Past perfect, that is subject plus had plus V3. That you have to remember. Okay, right? Then example already I gave you the positive sentence. Some examples I gave you. If we take three sentences I will tell you. I packed the luggage. I packed the luggage. I packed the luggage. Luggage is, that is, I packed the parcel or something. I took bath. I took bath. Second sentence. Third one, I left for airport. I left for airport. Here, three sentences I said. These three sentences, what did you observe? These are all, in all these three sentences, there is a verb, single verb, that is verb 2, not verb 3. It is verb 2. How it is verb 2? First one is I packed the luggage. Here, packed, P-A-C-K-E-D, packed is the V2. And second sentence, I took bath. I took bath. Took is the V2. Third sentence is I left for the airport. I left it. Leave, left. Left is the V2. So some people, they have some doubts how it is V2 and V3 the same only, here. V2, V3 same, but V3 is used along with have, has, had, or any kind of B forms. Have, has, had, or any kind of B forms. B forms means nothing but is, are, was, were, and be, been, being. With this only we can use the third form of the verb. Okay. So, my dear friends, here these three sentences I used with V2. Here, if I give the number 1, 2, 3, first what action I completed? What is the work I completed first? First I completed work is I packed my luggage. I packed the luggage is the first sentence. This first sentence, after next action I completed, next work I completed, I took bath. Final last action what I have done is I left for airport. These three sentences. So in this first completed two sentences, if you want to connect all these three sentences together, first completed two sentences we have to speak in past perfect. Have you got the idea? Have you got my point? Whenever there are two actions we want to combine, two past actions we want to combine, two past actions we want to speak to others, and the first completed action should be written or spoken in had plus V3. For example, before I left for airport, I had packed my luggage and took bath. Before is the word I used. Before I left for airport, I packed the luggage and took bath. So here, before I left I used that is V2. The other two sentences, I had packed my luggage, had packed. I had taken bath. I had taken bath. So here, the first two actions written in or expressed in past perfect, that is had packed and had taken bath. These two actions are past perfect. So, my dear friends, my dear learners, I hope you understood my points. Whenever we want to speak two past actions together, two past activities we want to express together, the first completed actions we have to speak in had plus V3, and the last action is expressed in V2, that is simple past. It is mixed, two actions mixed. So this is the use of past perfect tense. So past perfect tense, how to mix only I said. Whenever two actions are there, the first action is expressed, the first work is expressed in past perfect, and the second action is in the simple past. For example, another example, I started for the railway station. I left for the railway station, or I reached the railway station. The train already left. I reached the railway station. The train already left. Two actions are here. One, I left. I reached the station. I reached the station is the one sentence. The train already left. Already left means first which action completed? The train went away. Do you think that can I catch the train? I couldn't catch the train. So here the train already went away. After that only I reached at the station. So here the first action, the train left. So I can combine these two sentences together. When I reached the station, the train had already left. When I reached the station, the train had already left. Already the train went away. When I reached the station, the train had already left. The train had left. Had left is the past perfect tense. Had left is the past perfect tense. So the train had already left when I reached the station. After that only I reached the station. Second action is in the simple past, that is verb to. Second form of the verb. Okay, clear. You got this with these two example. I expect you understood what is my idea and what is the use of past perfect. Now let us see what is the negative of this tense, negative of past perfect. Like any all other tenses, you know the negative of this tense. Just because there is a helping verb. What is the helping verb here? Had is the helping verb. Had plus not, we should add had plus not, had not or hadn't. Hadn't. He hadn't. He hadn't paid the bill. He hadn't paid the bill. He had not paid the bill. He hadn't paid the bill. She hadn't won the match. She hadn't won the match. She had not won the match. So, okay, here had plus not plus V3. Subject had plus not plus V3. It is very simple. Framing of questions. How to frame the questions? There are two types of questions. One is yes or no questions, and another is WH questions. Yes or no questions, you know that helping verb is placed at the beginning of the sentence. Starting of the sentence, we have to place the helping verb. That is had. Had I gotten, also correct. Had I gotten the first class? Had I gotten the first class? Had I received the prize? Had I received the prize? Had he painted the house? Had he painted the house? So in this way, had painted, had won, had received, etc. This is had will be first, then becomes question. Okay. Oh, and WH questions, you know, WH questions are what, which, when, where, why, how, who, whom, whose. These are the question words. With these question words, we can create some WH questions. How had he reached here? How had he reached here? How after had next subject, he reached is the third form of the verb. How had he reached here? When had she seen me? When had she seen me? When had she seen me? In this way, we can express the questions. So WH questions also finished. And now let us see whatever I have explained here. First, positive sentence here. This positive sentence, subject had V3 object. I had finished the work. I had finished the work, already finished. Negative subject had not verb 3 object. I had not finished the work. Question had plus subject plus V3 object. Okay. Had I finished the work? Had I finished the work? Question mark. This is. So the usages, what are the uses of past perfect tense to express an action completed at a certain time in the past? So here see example, he had painted the house. He had painted the house. Had painted. Had painted is the verb. Verb 3 form. Painted is the third form of the verb. Here another one you see to express any past actions, any past action for a period, a certain point of time, a certain period of time, completed past actions can be expressed in this tense that is given here. Here, to express earlier of the two past actions, before I reached the station, the train had left. Already I told you the first which action completed, that is expressed in the past perfect, and the first other action is in the simple past. So this is the use of past perfect. A simple another example, I went to watch a film. I went to watch a film in the theater. But before I reached the theater, the film started. First, what happened here? The two actions took place in the past. Which action happened first? First happened action is the film began there. So the film had started, the film had begun before I reached the station. Here, this clause can be either first part or the second part. The total clause can be changed. For example, before I reached the theater, before I entered the theater, the film had begun. Before I entered the theater, before I entered the theater is the before I entered the theater. So V2 here. Before I entered the theater, one clause, that is subordinate clause. The film had begun. The film had begun is the independent clause or main clause. That is the second given. The film had begun is the first action happened. If we take the past time, action first happened is the film had begun. So what we should do? We must first, either you can start with the subordinate clause or with the main clause. Thus, before I entered the theater, the film had begun. Okay, this is one usage. Otherwise, the film had begun before I entered the theater. The film had begun, began. The film had begun before I entered the theater. So either the first part with before or at the end with the subordinate clause. There are two chances. So you can change, you can place either sides. So there is no problem. Either first part or the last part. Subordinate clause and main clause can be changed. Another example, for example, the patient died. The patient died. The doctor arrived. Two past sentence now I said. The patient died. The doctor came. The doctor arrived. Here, two past sentences. In this first, which action took place? Which work happened first? That is, the patient died. So this first happened action should be written in past perfect. The patient had died. The patient had died before the doctor came. The patient had died before the doctor arrived. So here, first happened action. So in the same sentence, we can express it. The patient had died before the doctor arrived. Before the doctor arrived, the patient had died. Patient had died. So here, both sentences are correct. Only just we replace the subordinate clause and main clause. Okay, there is no problem. Vice versa, it is possible. There is chance of changing the process. So I hope everybody understood. Everybody understood what is the past perfect. Past perfect is most commonly used whenever if we express two actions already took place in the past and one action is earlier than the other, we must use the first action in the past perfect. First, which one happened in the past, that is expressed in the past perfect. Okay, everybody understood what is the use of a past perfect without any doubt. So when to use the simple past and when to use past perfect. First, when two actions happened in the past, first action is expressed in the past perfect, that is had plus with. When second action is in the simple past. First action is past perfect, second action is in simple past. This is the use of past perfect. So you understood how to make positive sentences, negative sentences, past perfect questions. All these you understood. I hope you are very clear about the usages of all these tenses, all these past perfect, very clear. Now let us watch, let us see here. Let me guide you towards this. Okay, here you can find past perfect tense. Subject will be had plus past participle, that is she had finished the test. Next one you see negative minus given that is negative. In negative you can find subject plus had not or hadn't plus past participle. She hadn't finished the test. Next, if you see had plus subject plus past participle, had she finished the test? This is the question. Yes or no question, that is. Like all other questions already I explained to you. In the usage and the example is given against. To describe an action finished before another past action. For example, Richard had gone out when his wife arrived in the office. Had gone is here. Had gone. Had gone out when his wife arrived at the office. So here, the next one you can see described an action. Describe an action that is happened before specific time in the past. That is what I said. Christina had never been to an opera before last night. Had never been means an action completed in a specific time. For example, another example, we can say that I had been in London. I had been in London before they met me. I had been in London before they met me. In this, from this we can understand that that is one specific time I lived there, not now at present. So the next one you see, to describe, sorry, not this one. Then here to describe cause effect combined with a past symbol. I got already. I said this is just to express. I got stuck in traffic because there had been an accident. Any reason when we or any effect, any cause, if you want. I got struck. Got struck is simple past because there had been an accident. There had been is there. First, there had been an accident. After that, only there was a traffic block, traffic jam. Because of the accident, there was a traffic jam. So first happened action is there had been an accident. Had plus been is the V3. Okay, accident. This is combined word. Then last one you see to emphasize the result of an action on activity in the past. I had been to London twice by the time I got a job in New York. To emphasize the result, something, if you want to stress, emphasize means stress. If you want to give the stress to something, we must use that past perfect. I had been to London twice. 2 times I was in London. I want to give clarity, give a emphasize, that is stress. For that, I had been to London. I had been to London. He had written twice the examination. He had written twice the examination before he passed. Means 2 times he had written, that I want to stress. For that, I used, that is called result, to emphasize the result of an activity in the past. So I hope you people understood. Now let us see some more examples given here. Many more examples given here. These all examples I will send to you. We will go with another. We have very short time here. So let us see another with examples and the total usages, all usages, everything together. Let us see past perfect tense usages, formula, and all the things together we can find here. The past perfect also, it has another name is there, that is Pluperfect. Pluperfect. Past perfect is called as Pluperfect. Is a verb tense used to talk about actions that were completed before some point in the past. Clearly, the total notes given here. We were shocked to discover that someone had gratified Tootles was here on our front door. We were relieved that Tootles had used washable paint. Here, all ball letters given, had gratified, had used. These are all past perfect. Past perfect. So if you get it with you, you can use the time. Take the time and read very slowly the past perfect formula, that is called structure. What I said, subject plus had plus past participle form of the verb or V3 form of the verb. So, okay. Then when to use the past perfect, clearly given here. The total notes I am sending to you. You can find it and read it further. All the examples you can get it. When not to use the past perfect, don't use the past perfect when you are not trying to convey some sequence of events. That is what we want to speak. That is, sequence of events means one event is connected to the another event. Sequence, if it is not, if you are not conveying the connected events, two events, not connected events, they are, you cannot use past perfect. Had plus V3 cannot be used. Had plus V3 can be used only when they are sequential. It had rained before the match began. Connected they are. It had rained, had plus V3. It had rained before the match began. Okay. Here it had rained before the match began. In this way, we can speak, we can tell that there are two actions, they are sequentially we want to arrange, means you can use past perfect, and the other one is in the simple past. Okay. Simple past is verb to, already we have studied it. There is nothing to worry about it. Then how to make the past perfect negative, already we know, just add hadn't or had not. How to ask the questions also, had is used at the beginning for yes or no question. And if it is a WH question, if it is WH questions, what, which, when, why, how, who, whom, whose, these all question words are used at the beginning of the sentence. Okay, right? My dear learners, I hope that you understood everything. So you will get the notes. Until we meet tomorrow, you have to practice all the things. Okay, all the notes and everything I will send to you. These all the notes you have to prepare well, and it will be very much useful. If possibility is there, you can write then all these notes, because total common with regular verbs it is given here. To ask, infinitive, had asked, had not asked in negative. So in this way, some sentences given with regular verbs. Already you know what is regular verbs and what is irregular verbs. Already explained to you. So the remaining all the things with common irregular verbs, because all are connected. Okay. Till we meet tomorrow, let us take leave. Okay, bye. Have a nice time.